Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I love? Patreon.com/inkdependence, where patrons get access to a patron-only Discord, ad-free videos, and the joy of knowing they help support this channel. Hello folks, welcome to Inkdependence. I'm Mike, and today I have this awesome unboxing from Atlas Stationers. This is stuff that I ordered pretty recently. It shipped so quickly, which was very nice. So thanks to all y'all who participate in that affiliate points program thing using my code at Inkdependence at checkout. Gives me some affiliate cash to drop on new things to show y'all on this here channel. Come on now, there we go. Try not to cut into this, because I'm not... Okay, good. It was packaged very well. I was using my my Benchmade bailout this time with this awesome orange and green color scheme. I love this thing. All right, so let's get in here. Take out this thing. Good. Okay, so I have several things in this box that should be a lot of fun to check out here briefly. Stay smooth. Well, I will. All right. Looking forward to seeing the Atlas Stationers folks at the Chicago Pin Show. I will be there this year. So if you're there, come and see me and say hi. All right, let's look in here. All right, so you can tell there's some Lamy stuff here. We have this awesome Kaweco tin and also a bunch of inks. Let's get this box out of the way. All right, let's look at these last, because we'll do a little swatching there. Let's look at these first. Let's start here. All right, so let's get into this bubble wrap here. I always save bubble wrap because it's good for my own packing and shipping. If you buy stuff at inky-d.com, that's my little web store, I reuse all this stuff. So if you find, an extra piece of tape on there, that's because somebody sent it to me, and so I passed it on to you. All right, let's get in here. So these are the two Lamy All-Stars for this year in 2024. There are two, come on out. There are two Safaris and also two All-Stars this year. Oh, here we go. So this one is called Fiery, and it is not quite the color that I was expecting when I saw the pictures to begin with. You can see here, Fiery. It got the medium nib in here. It's kind of a pinkish color as opposed to, well, here's this like very cotton candy pen I got recently. Here's an orange. I don't think here we go. Here's a red one. There's a red one. So it's kind of like it's an interesting metallic kind of magenta, I guess is what I would call that color. It's an interesting color. And I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and get it because I really like the All-Star. I think it's very nice. You have a nice sort of, it's a slightly darker magenta finial than you have, well, I don't know, maybe it's a slightly paler. It's actually kind of hard to see the difference because this is so shiny around the rim. I'm kind of, yeah, anyway, slightly different colored finial there with the X. It tells you it's a fountain pen. A nice red section. I like that they are doing different colors of sections on these. This is the one that came with the gloss red. It's got this like super highlighter yellow one, which is pretty neat. This one is a nice glossy red. That is pretty. Inside here, you'll find a Lamy cartridge. There is also usually a little bit of blue ink in the feeds here that they put in there. And actually, I've heard that is because when you pop the cartridge on here, it will help rehydrate that ink and give it a path, and it'll make it flow more quickly from the cartridge to the nib instead of having to wait forever for it to get ready to go. There's also this little cardboard spacer here which keeps it from puncturing itself in shipping. These don't come with a converter. Lamys almost never do, but I wasn't expecting one, so that's fine. I've got plenty. I do like the black furniture on these pens. I think it looks very attractive. We have a black sort of bottom finial on here as opposed to the red one at the top. I don't know. How do you feel? Do you think they should put a black one up here? The black might have looked nice with this, but it is kind of like a nice little berry on top there. So I like that. All right, there's Fiery. The other one is called Aqua. Fiery and Aqua. Oh, here we go. It's on that little card there. All right, you'll notice that the stickers are on the pens, and I believe that's because they ship the pens and the boxes and such separately to vendors, and the vendors have to put them together. So this is this is called Aquatic. Interesting. I think I've seen it called Aqua everywhere else. So interesting that it's called Aquatic. Maybe it's just gotten cut off by character limits on some things. So this is a really nice blue. I think these are good looking pens next to one another. It's a good pair there for sure. I'll have to peel that sticker off there. I keep the stickers on some pens like pilots and that sort of thing because they'll tell me what nib size they are and they aren't too obtrusive, but this is too much. This is for stocking and not for carrying around in your pocket, I think. This has a nice darker blue finial up there. Interesting. This one's so much closer to the body color than this one is, but I think that's a nice accompaniment. Again, black furniture on here with the clip and the nib. I like these black nibs. I think they look good on a Lamy. And then this one has a nice dark blue section. I really like that translucent section there. It will, however, let you see some of the ink in the feed down here, so don't get concerned if you see, ink around the little fins in there. That's working as intended. It's supposed to do that. And then inside here as well, another one of these Lamy blue cartridges. A lot of people just chuck these cartridges in a drawer. Sometimes I do too, but also that Lamy blue is a perfectly nice blue to use in your own pen. So, give it a try, see if you like it. But there will be a little bit of blue Lamy ink in the feeds. Keep that in mind if you go ahead and just fill this straight up from some other ink. It probably won't react with any other inks, but you never know. So you give it a little bit of a rinse before you put some other non-Lamy ink in there. But I like it quite a lot. Next up in Pen Town is this one. So this is one that I didn't think I was going to get. And then we were talking about it on one of the live streams, which I have on Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern on my YouTube channel here. My wife and I talk about pens and pizza and whatever else comes up. Our cats climb on us. We have a good time with the community. And we were talking about this Kaweco piston filler at one point. I was like, nah, I don't know. It's way overpriced. And I don't think I'm going to go for it because these are fairly expensive at, let me see if I can find a... All right, so these are $165 if you just get the pen, and they're $175 if you get the pen and the ink in the tin here. So let's take a look. I can't remember which I did. I think I just got the pen. I may have ponied up for the ink. I don't think so, though. This was a few days ago. No, I just went for the pen, which makes sense to me. I already have some of that Lamy blue or Kaweco blue ink, and so I just went for the pen. I thought this would be nice enough. So this is $165 if you get it without the bottle of ink with it. So we have in here a little Kaweco sticker. All right, and then we have the history from 1883. Goodness, 1889 up to today. Interesting. All right, does this open up? It does. More stuff in here about how to fill a fountain pen. Gel rollers, ball pens, push pencils, clutch pencils, dip pens. Oh, a little bit of everything. All right, I'll put this over here. Let's take a look at this pen. So this pen is one that has been a long time coming. They've been, people have been after them to go back to a piston-filled fountain pen for quite a while after they had not been doing piston fills for years and years. You can find some older piston fill Kawecos out there on the market. They will be vintage and that sort of thing, but they've been using the cartridge or little bitty mini converter style for a long time. These two pens, as you can see, are the same length. So if you like the form factor of the All Sport or the regular old Kaweco Sport like this one, then you'll probably like the form factor of this one as well. It does, however, come with a clip that is integrated into the cap. Let's see, does this twist? It doesn't twist easily, so I'm not going to force it, but it is in the cap instead of the ones that are like sort of a clip-on friction fit sort of thing that you can get for the rest of the pocket pens. So that's nice. I do like a clip on these, although the sides on this will keep it from rolling away on your desk. So that's kind of handy. All right, let's open this thing up. I saw on an Apple Boom stream at one point, they were talking to the current owner of Kaweco about sort of the trials and tribulations of making this pen and redesigning it such that it would work well in the same form factor and everything would still fit, because there are actually a lot of differences between this pen and the regular sports. So to fill this pen, you unscrew this blind cap back here, which then you set aside. And this will show you the piston knob, which does have a very nice little Kaweco emblem on the back. That's classy. And then you just twist this piston knob right here. And you can see in that window, the piston. So that's pretty good. It will hold a fair amount of ink. Apparently it holds about the same amount as a cartridge is what they were saying. So that's a pretty decent amount of ink. We don't think of those cartridges as being all that big, but it's a heck of a lot bigger than the Kaweco squeeze piston or, their tiny little mini piston thing. And it's actually plenty of ink. I think this holds a fair amount. So that's cool. On the bottom of the feed, you'll also see another Kaweco emblem. That's interesting. Is that on the other pens? I don't think I've noticed that before. Oh yeah, it is on these pens. I don't think it's on my older ones, although maybe it is. I haven't looked at the bottom of the feed in an older pen in quite a while. But it does use the same, uses all the same nibs and that sort of thing as the rest of the Sport line there. Let's see if it unscrews, because the ones in the usual like aluminum Sport line will unscrew as a nib unit, but these you have to pull the whole nib and feed just as, two pieces. So let's see what this does. If it does unscrew, it does. That's great. And that will actually make cleaning this pen much easier than if it didn't. So that means you can get spare nib units for these and change out the nib sizes as you like. This one I got with a medium because why not? You can't go wrong with a medium for a pocket pen. We have kind of a gray housing. That's interesting. I haven't seen that before. And then we look inside there, we should be able to see, we can see the piston moving up and down. So that's nice. So if you have a syringe and you want to fill the clean this out, you can just unscrew the nib unit and just blast water in there with a syringe and just shake it real good. Or you can like twist up a piece of paper towel and just stick it in there to suck all the water out, and away you go. You'll be ready to write again very quickly. So that's nice. All right, let's see how this posts. It does have a very nice anodized aluminum body there. It feels like aluminum anyway. I'm pretty sure it's aluminum on these. It actually doesn't have any markings. There is an engraving here that says Kaweco Sport, but that's it. What does this say up here? That says Kaweco as well. So we've got Kaweco's in a couple of places, but that's actually it. Interesting. All right, let's see if it posts. Yeah, totally posts. It does feel like it's just metal on metal there, so you could, from posting it, you might get some scratches. Let me see if there's like a liner or anything in the inside of here. I don't see a liner, but actually, I think this right here, this little bit right there, I believe is like a rubber gasket. Let me see if I can poke it. Yeah, I think that might be a little rubber gasket in there, which will keep it from... That is nice, actually. Actually, is it... All right, so it is grabbing at the very tail end back here. This end right here is grabbing back there. So I just did unscrew the blind cap, but it wasn't a problem to put it back on. So it looks like there is a little like rubber thing right in here, which will keep it from scraping up the body there, which is nice. And I imagine that there is, in fact, I can see a plastic insert at the very back, which will keep it from scraping up the back. And will also give you a nice tight seal up here to keep air out of the nib area and keep it wet. All right, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to using this. Let me see how it feels just sort of dry writing. Oh, interesting. So when I put it on here, one of the things I do often is I'll put it on there and then I'll like kind of want to adjust it so that the clip is right up straight up and down with the nib, because I don't know, I like that. When I did, it started unscrewing that back blind cap. So that's a thing to watch out for perhaps, but it's not going to hurt anything. Let's see how this feels. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be pretty good. You might think that's strange, but I have written with a whole lot of nibs. And so even without ink in there, I can tell how the nib's going to feel. And it feels like it's going to be good. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll have to chuck this in our pocket for a while, fill it up, use it, and see how it goes before I do a full-on review. But initial impressions are very nice. It's got a nice little bit of weight to it, but it's not really very heavy or anything like that. I love that it has an ink window. That is a great thing to have in a piston pen, because otherwise... you don't know how much ink you have in these things, and that can be a bit of a problem. So that's cool. All right, let me put it back in this tin for a bit. I wonder what that's for. Oh, it'll stand up. There you go. You can use this as a display if you like. Just have it this way. Interesting. All right. All right, now to the inks. So something that Atlas has just gotten very recently, and this is exciting for me because I really like this brand of ink, is they have just gotten, another one. They wrapped these very nicely. There we go. I really like Lennon Tool Bar inks. These are inks that have always been good for me. There are a few, of course, that are going to be kind of on the really pale side, and I try to avoid those. But they have these inks in like dye-based ones. They have some pigment-based ones, which are very water-fast and such. But I really wanted to try these out. So I got 4. It's like I ended up with a blue, a purple, a brown, and a red. So I went for, well, let's see, these are 2 that kind of came in a set together. These are Want and Flow. Let's see, does it say here what the set was? No, it doesn't. So Want and Flow, these are from one of their sets, which is cool. And the other 2 are Cat General, which I got just because I love the label on this. And I like the label on the bottle even more. It's got this kind of like ghostly cat going on. It's pretty awesome. It's kind of this is from a fairy tale series. And this one is called... Bombax Seba. I don't know what that is, but it sounds awesome. So let me open these up and we'll do a quick swatch of them before we go. Okay, these little boxes are kind of a trick to open because of the way the label goes over them. And there are a bunch of other boxes like this. Colorverse does the same kind of thing, and you want to cut it vertically across the top of here. If you have a very, very thin knife, you can sort of slide it in between there and then get something flat to help you pry this up. Otherwise, you might rip the top of the box off, and that's no fun. So these actually do have information inside them that tells me what they are. So this is number 1, Want from the Magic Fortune Teller Shop. You have unprecedented luck, and with the blessings of fate, all things can finally be completed as hoped. That's very nice. I'm glad everything can be completed. I have no idea what this is. It looks like warnings. It's all in red. All right, so let's do Want first. That's this one. These are good little glass bottles. Very nice metal tops. The little stopper in there to keep the ink from drying out. Yeah, this is a beautiful blue. These inks are all about $20 a bottle. So they are not the cheapest thing on earth, but they are, I want to say 50 mils. Let me check that before I tell you that for certain, but I'm pretty sure these are 50 mil bottles. Actually, does it even say? Oh, 30 mils. So this is an ounce. So not the cheapest thing on the planet, but a very nice ink. I've always had these be well behaved. Very good colors. Really nice labels on these too. All right, so this one is called Flow. This is number 8 from the Magic Fortune Teller Shop. When everyone is worried about how to get guests to come, the customers are like flowing water, constantly flowing into your store, making your wealth endless. Well, that's nice. All right, let's do this one now. Okay. All right, so this is Want. This Flow. It's a beautiful blue and a beautiful purple. Really nice colors on those too. You can see from the sunlight, which is blazing through my window right now. This is coming out really nicely. All right, let's do this one next. This is at Bombax Seba. I don't know what, let's see, does this say what the Bombax Seba is? I don't even know. I was just like, I don't care. This color looks rad. Let's see. It says, the withered branches towering into the sky burst into vibrant blooms as the impending warmth arrives. Like beautiful fireworks frozen in midair, the dull thud of the falling flowers jolts you back to reality from your reverie. So I'm guessing the Bombax Seba is a type of plant. Okay, this is a 2023 spring limited edition. So I guess don't hesitate on this one if you like the color. As you can see from the cap there, this is going to be a really vibrant sort of yellow, orange, red color maybe? Yeah, that's really good. Super bright, vivid, just blazing off the page there. Let's see. All right, so here's the label on the Cat General. Look at all these awesome ghostly cats just floating around being awesome. I really like that. Let's look at a little informational pamphlet. I'm glad there's a little bit of information in here. I love when there's a little story. No, that's about Lennon Tool Bar. There we go. It says 2023 Summer Limited. According to legend, when a cat is not properly laid to rest after death, it may transform into a cat demon. In the town of Wuxi in Taiwan, there were reports of cat demons causing mischief, but eventually they became local guardian deities, protecting the community. All right, good job, Cat Generals. They're probably knocking things off of counters a little bit and, uprooting your potted plants in your house, that sort of thing. But then they started being a house panther for you, like one of our cats is. And when somebody knocks on the door and our dog barks, she growls because she is protecting our house. All right. Come on, Cat General. Ooh, we got a very nice drop there. Good job. All right, this is a really interesting color. Kind of, a tawny sort of color. That's really cool. Yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of these Lennon Tool Bar inks. They make some of my very favorite inks, including like their atmospheric series, which are like a bunch of grays and blues and sort of moody, weathery colors. Includes some of my very favorite grays and that sort of thing. But they also make great reds and obviously really good blues, purples. This kind of like, wow, that color is really just vibrant and beautiful. And this one is super interesting, kind of a tawny, tanny brown. Very cool. All right, so you can find all these at Atlas stationers as I did, including here are these. And we've got that Kaweco. This is a very nice little haul. Actually, this is a very nice, pretty big haul. But thanks very much for hanging out with me and watching. Hope you had a good time. Maybe you found something that you will want to add to your collection. If so, go and find it. Use my code at checkout. That is inkdependence. I will have it down in the description as well. It'll get you a little bit of cash back. Give you like 10% off, give or take, a sale that's going on, and also throw a little bit of cash my way in the form of store credit, so that I can keep getting really cool stuff like this to try out and show and review. So thanks very much for watching. Think of what you put out in the world, make it a better place. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and I'll see you in another video soon. Until then, peace out.